Men of all ages, men of all ethnicities and races have to put themselves in situations, in cities, in places where the competition is fierce, where people are doing their best and they're working every day to make more money, to get fit, and be in the best shape physically and mentally in their lives. You see, what happens is when a man spends a lot of his time outside of these places and he spends a lot of his time in his little hometown where he may be top 10% or the top 5%, he realizes that in his mind he thinks that he's bigger than he is. He thinks that he is already in the top echelon of men and he doesn't need to improve anymore, that he's better than most people in his little town of 3,000 or 5,000 or even 10,000 in the middle of nowhere suburban USA. But what he doesn't realize is when you put yourself in a situation like that, you actually close off your mind to any self improvement, to any advancements that you can actually make. You get happy with having the same style and driving the same roads and driving the same car. But as a man, I realized that he needs to put himself in places and in front of people where he can be humbled, where he can see, okay, whatever level you're playing the game on, it gets way higher than this. This isn't the final level or even the middle of the levels. There's a lot of levels that are higher. He realizes that, okay, the game never ends. I could have stayed in my little suburban town for years and years. And it's something I did do when I was in my 20s. And I had an 80,000 salary, $80,000 a year salary. I was dating a girl, and I thought I was doing the best. I thought I already made it in life. But what I didn't realize was I was taken away from my growth. I was taking away from my future earnings and my future connections and networking when I choose to just stay in one little suburban town. I'm out here right now in Dubai, and you just see some of these buildings and apartments, and you realize, like, man, there are people here playing levels way higher than you. They're playing a game that's on a lot faster pace. They're driving a faster car. They are having a busier schedule, a packed schedule. And as a thorough man, as a man that's always on his journey to do his best, you got to realize putting yourself in situations and places where you may be middle to last in ranking is actually the best thing you can do. I'm here for the third time, and as beautiful of a city it is, and as developed it has become, every time I come out here, I realize how far behind I am according to the wealthy and according to the people that are doing really well in life. And while this does, put me in a situation where I reflect on myself and I realize that I need a lot more work to do on myself, it also puts me in a situation where I'm not afraid to come out to one of the richest places and compete and and just see how other people are living, how they're working, how they're going to the gym, how they're training, and just to get humbled and and realize that, hey, the world is way bigger than the little town that you live in. The world is way bigger than where you think is the best place it is to be, where you think you're the top dog. You see, your mind will play tricks on you every single day. It'll put you in a sense of comfort where it'll tell you, well, you're better than most people your age physically and or financially, and you're gonna die anyways. So why are you doing all this? See, your mind will always find ways to basically put you in a comfort zone where you are happy and content with everything. But men that are thorough, men that are self improving, they're happy in progress. They're actually happy in the work and the busyness and the grind because this is what makes them feel alive. makes them feel productive, makes them feel like they're fighting for something. We all need something that we're fighting for. And full comfort, where you're handed everything, or when you've achieved stuff and now you just want to coast. Nah, I'll coast when I'm dead. That's when you can put me in a grave and I'll be coasting. But my happiness is going to come from progress, from helping the world, from achieving my goals, from physically being the best possible that I can be in my physique, my body, my cardio. I don't care how old I am. I want to look better than everybody physically. And especially people my same age in my mid 30s, I want to look better than all of them physically. And my mind, my body is not going to congratulate me. And your body should not congratulate you and put you in a state of comfort where you feel like, okay, you've done the work, now you can just kick back and relax. No. Find the happiness, find the pleasure in making progress and sculpting your body, sculpting your mind to push through barriers when you're lazy and complacent. This is where the true happiness comes because that's where growth comes in. And a man, one thing he loves is growth in all areas of his life. You see, you think that you have a lot of time. You think that the years are slow and that everybody else is moving at the same pace as you. The worst thing a man can do is think that he has a lot of time because you see what happens is there's somebody else that has the same mentality and the same time as you do, but the difference is they put in more reps. They put in way more reps every single day because they feel like they don't have much time and they want to make use of their time daily while you're sitting there with your glass full of wine thinking, hey, I got all day to accomplish my goals. I got next year and the following year and the following year, but you're the youngest that you're ever going to be right now, right? You're the youngest that you're ever going to be right now. Every day that you put off and that you take more time off, there's somebody else that's already put in 100 reps while you put in 10 reps daily. And a thorough man doesn't do that. A thorough man doesn't allow himself to fall off and just get by and just wait for next year to accomplish his goals. He's going to get his reps in. He's going to get his work in. And he's going to put himself in environments and places that are intimidating, that are filled with successful people because he can face the reality of the world. He can face the reality of where he is in life. He can take that, improve it. He can take that and use it to improve his mindset. A real man is not afraid to walk into a place where he may not be as poor, as rich, or as strong as all the other men, but he's smiling because he knows that he can get there.